Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. On first down, Carr. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a run with Anderson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot.
C.J. Anderson, touchdown, Falcons. C.J. Anderson, 58 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They try again with Lewis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles, and his feet never stop moving.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Play fake here on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. They run. This is Lewis. And some room to work. Dion Lewis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dion Lewis, 65 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Taylor will throw. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Here's Taylor to throw. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down. We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Time running out here play clock. Now some confusion offensively here as Carr's going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he finds Daniels. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Now they set up the screen, that's complete. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now they'll run it on the toss. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
On 3rd down, it's Daniels. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2 as they take over here 1st and 10. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Taylor running the option left. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
This is Lewis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, now Taylor. And this is caught. It's Edelman. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Dion Lewis, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
They run it again with Anderson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They do go for it. It's Carr. Found his target. It's Anderson. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 7 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Allen's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. After the interception, here's Taylor. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd down, that's Lewis. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Terrell Pryor, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Going long here for Wallace. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On second down, here's Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now it's Tate. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start to drive on the ground with Lewis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Again, it's Lewis. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. So all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Ebron caught left side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Caught right side, Tate. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Lewis. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eric Ebron, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They give it to Anderson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing his car on third down. Open man, it's Allen. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This one away by the punter, Dar. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 3rd down, Taylor. And Tate's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, Anderson. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him, right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. From midfield, here's Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, it's Carr. Going deep now for Decker. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, that's Barker, and the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Time running out here on the play clock. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And got his man complete. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyler Varga with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons cut into that lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Taylor to throw. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40. 20. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Now he's flushed, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Carr now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Eric Decker from 21 yards away. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. from the gun. Carr. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
Halfback sent in motion. Now Carr, gotta have this one. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. C.J. Anderson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. It's the Bengals that have moved back in front now in a seesaw affair. A win would be their first of the young season. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Philadelphia, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-.